Hi guys, my name is Blaine. I am going to try and teach you to the best of my ability on how to use GitHub. If you don't already have a GitHub account, I suggest that you go out and create one and come back to this video after you've created one. After you've created a GitHub account, the next thing we're going to do is come up to this plus sign up here, create a new repository, give it a name. You don't need a description. You can if you want. It's personal preference when it comes to things like that. I usually initialize the repo with a README file. You can edit that later if you need it. Then you can go ahead and click Create Repo. And now you will have your repo set up so that way you can pull that down to your local machine. And from there you can begin coding and adding files and then pushing all of this back up to GitHub. So let's move on to GitKraken. I right now currently use GitKraken to clone, initialize, open repos. When I use the clone, you can initially clone from a URL. It has integration with github.com, GitHub Enterprise, the GitLab, GitLab self-hosted, Bitbucket, and the Visual Studio Team Services. Since I already have GitKraken set up and I'm already signed in with my account, I can come over here and pull down the one that we will be using for these demos. And browse. And we're going to put that right into the E file. Select. Hopefully that's the right one that I want. Yes, because this is for games. This one is for that. Yep, that's right. So then we'll go ahead and clone the repo. You'll see that it processes it. Once it's done, you can open the repo. And here you can see when I previously created this earlier today, I added some stuff in. It pulls down the README for you. Nothing special. So now the way to use this is to go ahead and open up any editor of your choice. I'm going to be using Atom. You can go ahead and create a new file. I call this one Hello World. File. And then we're going to do Save As. And go to my PC. Select my E drive. Click into the repo. And then we are going to drop this in there. Save. So now we can go back over to GitKraken, and you'll see that we have a work in progress. You can click on this, click on the unstaged file, and you'll see everything that was added. Anything that's added is in green. Anything that is being removed from a file will be in red. You can click out of this with the X button up here. Now, there's different areas for everything, and especially for, like, say we stage all these files. To stage these files, we're saying that we're going to put this into a state of getting ready to be pushed up to GitHub, but we're not there yet. You have summaries, descriptions. What I do, because the summary will limit you, as you can see over here, it's going down to 53. It'll stop after a while. What I do is I come up to this work in progress portion, and I will type in creating hello document. So since this file is staged, I now have my commit message. Give it a description. I'll show you where that's at. So then we can commit the file. Now this is committing the file locally. This hasn't been pushed out to the GitHub in your repo just yet. All you have to do is come up here and press push. Let that think for a little bit. You'll get a success message. Then we can go over to, not GitKraken, GitHub. Go ahead and refresh. And we're in the wrong repo. Come back here. Go to my repos. GitHub test data. And here you can see the document name, the message that came with it. We click into this and you will see, oh, maybe it isn't there. Oh, my bad, I was looking in the wrong spot. You have your commit message along with the description. The description would be for your code of what maybe that portion of code is doing and so forth. Come back and look at that. So that's kind of like the first step on how to start pushing data into GitHub. What I mainly use this for is I had a bad habit of leaving all of my work files on my computer and it would be cluttering up. So I was able to put everything into a repo, push all that up to GitHub, and when I'm done coding, I delete the repo after I've pushed everything up to GitHub. And I do this to keep my computer nice and clean. And with GitKraken, since I'm already logged in, it's very easy for me to just go to my GitHub, pick the repo that I want, browse where I want it to go to, and then clone that repo, and it pulls it all down for me. Another way to add documents, if you're just starting out and you don't know how to get everything into the repo to begin with, what I do is I will take the file and just drop it into the repo. GitKraken is smart enough that it will see that you have added one new file. So we'll come up here, we'll do the description, or the commit message actually, and this is going to be file dropped and added to the repo. File drop. Then you want to stage it, commit locally to the repository that is on your computer locally. Once you're satisfied with that, then you can go ahead and push, and you'll notice that your origin icon will move up to the local, and this is indicating that your master is behind your local. Pretty sure I said that right. Yeah, because you had your origin down here at the creating hello document. While it's down here and we've already committed locally, the local machine is now ahead of the repository. So by pushing our local up to our origin, which is GitHub, then it puts them both on the same page and everything has been committed and pushed up to the repo. And let's see if I am forgetting anything else. So we can edit this. It's literally my day, my life, every day. Click save. Depending on the IDE that you have, I use IntelliJ sometimes, and that already has an autosave. So from there, we can go back into GitKraken. You'll see that this file has been edited. So we can stage it. You can stage a file without having to do the commit message and description. There is no real specific order in which way it needs to go. I typically will commit the changes and then add the message or description and then commit and then push out to GitHub. So after we do that, we can commit changes. And you can see that the master, or your origin, which would be GitHub, is not on the same page, meaning that your master, which is your local, is actually a step ahead in changes than what your origin is. So all we have to do is push, get a push successful, and we go back to GitHub. And you'll see that we have the file dropped and added to the repo, and then editing document with the comment or the description of edit. You come in here and see everything that's going on. Clicking on this portion will show you which things were actually removed and then added later. This is typically for if you're, from what I understand, is when you're working together with other people and you can see the changes that are going back and forth. And for here, you're able to add, write a comment, everything like that, and so forth to make the code better, but also to work with others. Okay, and I think that is all I have for you guys today. I'm going to be posting some more videos, and we're going to go over branching and a few other aspects. There's a few other things that I need to look up, but for the most part, I'm going to try and lay out a basic way of using GitHub and Git. The reason I use GitKraken is because with GitKraken, it has the integrations capable for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 integrations, and a lot of different companies use most of these integrations. I know Proxybid uses Bitbucket. There's other companies that use the GitLab, GitHub Enterprise, and then GitHub.com. And with this, you don't have to learn IDE specific versioning tools. You're able to use one tool to interact with all of the version control. And as we start to branch off in the next video, you'll be able to see how these lines will no longer be straight. They'll start to change and go around and whatnot and come back into themselves as we branch out, edit a document, and then merge the edited version back into the original, and then pushing that out to our GitHub account. Alright, so that's it for this recording. I will hopefully have more information for you guys in the next video.